Yes, you beautiful people. My name is George.
My name's Ollie.
This is
Fresh.UK podcast.
Welcome, Miss Margo.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hiya. We were just saying, weren't we, how this beautiful this light looks in your eyes.
It's very bright, this light is, gosh.
So how long does it take you to get ready? I mean, luckily, like you texted me earlier that I've picked you up.
Yeah, bless you.
You text me saying, what do you say, hopefully I'll be ready on time.
Yeah, I've been out for the day, but normally I allocate a couple of hours, really.
Do you?
Yeah, a couple of hours to get ready, yeah.
So it takes you like 2 hours to get into
more,
this
more
alter
or less.
ego.
Let's be honest, it probably takes you about 2 hours to get ready as well. Do you know what I mean? That's not,
To be fair,
I can get ready in quicker occasions depending on what the situation is. You know, it depends what you're wearing, what you're doing, and
well, I think
where
you're
you're
absolutely
going.
beautiful tonight. So
stunning,
you think
absolutely stunning.
Oh,
so
thanks,
glamorous.
Boys. Pay you later.
Yeah. So, I mean, one question I wanted to know is, like, I mean, I've known you for a while. I mean, when I used to work on the doors, you were out then.
Good few years, actually.
Yeah, about 11, 12 years I've known of you. How long before that? Like, when was Margo born? Like,
well, probably around 20-something years ago.
really?
Wow. Yeah. It was, it's a long time thinking about it now because I'm only 18, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. So it was pre-birth. It was something that was,
Yeah.
No, what it was, I went on a working holiday to Australia for a year, and it was a bit like my sort of coming out ceremony, as it were. And you know, I got to sort of sample some of the bars and places up there, and it was obviously
did that open your eyes a little bit to?
Yeah, I was only young, you know, so. Saw a lot of the drag queens and the shows and stuff, and I was like, I'd like to have a go at that, you know, and give it my best shot, sort of thing. And when I came back, you know, I sort of started having a bit of a play with makeup.
Play with what?
And
What do you have a play with?
makeup and stuff. So, you know, my poor mother must have thought, where's my makeup keep disappearing to? And, you know, never even thought about it. And then I started like making a few bits and pieces, and because there was no eBay back then, you couldn't buy anything.
No,
you know.
that's true.
So then I progressed from there, really, yeah.
So,
Was it difficult, sort of, because like 20 years ago, I mean, it must not have been a common thing for people to do or to accept. I know it's still difficult now. I work for a lot, but...
Yeah, I mean, it was a very sort of, it was a very sort of closed book sort of thing, and a bit taboo sort of back then. But even like before then, it was even worse, you know what I mean? A lot of the like bars in Nottingham and such like that I used to go to didn't have windows, they were all boarded up, you know, and it wasn't until sort of like 10 years later or perhaps a bit more, they started taking the boards down and the windows started opening, and it became a bit more accepted than today it is now, like, you know, so it's been really good.
So how, like, so what was it like when you said you used to use your mum's makeup and stuff? Like, when was it? Because, like, you know, I've heard when people are gay and they say you are born with it. Is that a thing? Were you born with it, or were you just?
Not so much the drag, but obviously, you know, quite openly gay. So you know, I think you are born with that, definitely.
Yeah. So you were never straight, and then sort of.
No, not for me. I mean, some people do that, obviously, and they get a bit confused and such like. But I think for me, no, I was definitely knew I was going to be gay.
Yeah.
Probably from an early age at school, you know. And yeah. Obviously, it was all a bit taboo, and you have to accept it to yourself first. I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
And then you move on from that, and then you sort of tell your sort of close circle of friends, and then you address your family. I mean, everybody's story is different.
Yeah, of course.
Of course it is, yeah. So.
At what point did you sort of think, no, I'm embracing this now, in the sense of the drag queen, and think, you know what, I'm going to be this sort of persona. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to like, you know, what made, because obviously maybe stop playing around with dressing up and makeup and stuff, but when did you think, you know, bang, I'm going to go out and I'm going to be this person?
Well, my first night out actually was with two of like my girlfriends, not girlfriends, and we went, I said, look, I'm going to help, I want you to help me do it. So we went to Debenhams, I bought this dress, we bought shoes and, you know, everything like that, and they said they were for her, and she tried them on I tried them on in the dressing room with her, and then we went to Nottingham on this night out, and we just got to the traffic lights right in the city centre, and the car broke down. So she's like, you're going to have to get out and push. So I'm all glammed up thinking, what the hell's going on here?
No way.
Did your voice go deeper then? Piss off.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I'm a bloke. So I had to
Or did you get out and say, come and help a girl out? And just like, come on.
damsel in distress, help. So off we went and pushed his car, and then we had a great night out, and that was my first night.
Right, cool.
So, and it just sort of progressed from there, really. Yeah, it was good.
I know, because it used to be like, what I know of you was every weekend, wasn't it? Like Mansfield used to be like I was saying to Jono, who was on last week, on the Sunday night when I first met you and Jono, it used to be when I was working at QI on the doors, and you used to come in every Sunday. Every Sunday night. I was like, wow, these guys are awesome. And then that was when my boss said, you know, he wants you to work over the road and stuff. But then that was sort of like...
Then we educated you.
Oh, yeah. All types of ways.
What are you talking about?
But, yeah, like I was looking through some of your videos on YouTube and stuff, and obviously you do all your cookery and like what we talked about with Jono, where you do the sledging in the snow.
Oh, no, we had so much fun.
We need to clear something up about that. He keeps saying he's asking you all the time. You need to do it again, because obviously the last one was 8 years ago.
Yeah, something
so
like that.
if it snows this year, we need to get another one of them out.
I don't think that's going to happen though, do you? It's not snowed for about 3 years or something.
Well, if it does, we want to see one. People want to see it.
To be fair, it'll probably snow next week. You know, it's great, and then it'll be sunny the week after that. And
it has been a bit mad lately, hasn't it? This weather.
Yeah, it's got really cold at the moment.
Yeah.
But no, I keep saying yes, we will do some more, and yeah, we will do some. But I just feel, I don't know, times have changed, and you know, the audience has perhaps changed a little bit. And
do you think that era is done?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
I wouldn't say it's a closed book, though, would you?
Oh no, definitely not. No. I think Facebook's rekindled that sort of flame, as it were, because you know, people see my Facebook and Jono's obviously, and they love the stuff that we put on and do. And like just recently during lockdown, I did like the cooking videos, well, live actually. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see them. No.
But
I was working all through lockdown, like I said. I think I was off for a couple of weeks, and then my work was busier than ever. Everyone's working on the back gardens, like I said. But yeah, it
just got so sort of bored and frustrating that you know, just Wednesday, because Jono was doing the live DJing on a Friday or Saturday night, so I said, you know, I'm going to perhaps do some cooking, because I did a bit of baking and stuff, and I thought, no, I'll do it live. So I thought, like 12 o'clock on a Wednesday, I was like getting ready, doing all TikToks and stuff. Spent my day like in drag doing TikToks, and then at 3, 4 o'clock, whatever time it was, sort of doing the live cooking show. And then here's some I prepared here, like True Blue Peter style, you know.
So you love to perform. You like to perform. You enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean,
you always have, really.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, if it's something I don't really enjoy, I won't do it. I do it kind of probably selfishly. I do it for myself as well.
Okay.
You know, I only do sort of things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Do what makes you feel good.
Yeah. I do. You know, and obviously it makes other people feel good as well.
Yeah.
You know, I love, like years ago, I used to do the cabaret and the Cheeky Monkeys, and do at the Late Lounge as well. I used to do a bit of cabaret and, you know, comparing and games and stuff. Yeah,
they're like you know them videos you see on You've Been Framed, and they're really old and like sketchy, and you're there with this umbrella.
Thanks, George. You're making me sound really old right now, aren't you?
No, it was just a shit camera. That's all it was. It was only last week.
A week or so ago. Yeah.
So that cabaret, like, how long did you do that for? Because obviously on YouTube, there's only a couple of videos I found on there of you doing that.
Well, you see, years ago, nobody had a camera phone or a video
that's
phone.
Very true.
So a lot of things have kind of like been lost.
A lot of forgotten moments and memories. Yeah.
I mean, I used to work in a club years ago in Barnsley, and every weekend there was like 5 drag queens on, and every weekend there was like, can I have photos with you? Please can I have photos with you? And we're like, yeah, all smiley, you know, cheese kind of thing. And then you'd never see them photos because there's no such thing as Facebook.
Could there be someone's album somewhere in a drawer, weren't
they? Exactly, yeah. And I'd love to kind of get some of them back.
Well, if anybody happens to be watching this that might possibly have some of those photos, send them in.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Yeah. The internet makes us all neighbours, doesn't it, nowadays? So.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it goes a long way.
So going back to like your parents and stuff, so you, what did they think of Margo what happened when you first told them? Like,
well, I told my mum firstly. I mean, they knew I was gay kind of thing, and then I told my mum that I was doing it, and I just moved into my new house, so I was in a bit of cash, you know, from it doing it, and they were like, my mum was like, oh, okay then, and then she.
So it wasn't just like she just saw you one night Come stumbling through the door. All right.
No.
How you doing, man?
I used to get ready at my friend's house and then sort of like get changed and then go home. It was one of them sort of situations.
So was it like a period where you thought, I don't want to tell him yet?
Yeah, there was like a big transition period.
It's sad, I suppose it's sad to a degree that you had to feel that you had to kind of like do that and go and hide and get dressed and
but you can't. It's your
How old
parents.
was you then? How old was you at that point where you literally told your mum?
Probably about 21.
Really?
Yeah.
And how long have you been having this alter ego before you told her then? Like, was it just a matter of weeks, months, years, what?
Oh, probably only a year or so.
Yeah.
It was just getting harder and harder to hide, sort of thing, and it had to be done. And also, I moved out into my own house, which made things a lot easier.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
To hide. Well, like you say, you shouldn't be hiding, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's more, you can do what you like, can't you?
Yeah, but then I told my sister, and she was like, "You're doing what? Dressing in women's clothes?" I was like, "Well, yeah, look, these are my pictures." She's like, really? No, didn't seem well impressed. Then probably a year later, if that, she's like, "Oh, we're doing a fundraiser at my niece and nephew's school. Is there any chance you could do a ladies' night and a cabaret?" I was like, "Oh, all right, you want me now, do you?"
Now you got a bit of stardom or whatever. Now you want me, on the bill.
And obviously, it just takes time to accept, but my family's absolutely amazing, and they've accepted everything.
Supported you all the way.
Yeah, and they love Margo.
So how big is your family, like with your siblings? Is it just your sister? Or?
Yeah, I've just got one sister, a husband, my brother-in-law, and my niece and nephew, and my mum and dad. That's my immediate family. Yeah, so it's just us.
Where did the name Margo come from then? What's that?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Right.
Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, there's a little story behind that. So when I sort of like started doing drag, I didn't really know what to call myself, and it was a bit like weird and stuff. So I was at some friend's house, and I was helping them decorate for whatever reason, as I do. And they sort of said, "Oh, I don't want to get paint in my hair." So I put this tea towel on my head, and they said, "Oh, you look like Margo off The Good Life." And it was a 1970s sitcom. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I know the name.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I've heard of The Good Life.
Yeah.
So Penelope Keith, she played Margo, who was like the posh neighbour. But really, I should be like the other lady who lived next door, the common one.
Well, did something just click then when you heard it?
Yeah, they just said, "Oh, you look like Margo off The Good Life." So after that, they knew a few people called David, and obviously it got a bit confusing for them. So as soon as it sort of said, "Oh, David," they're like, "Oh, which one? Margo." And it, "Oh, right, yeah."
Right.
So it just kind of clicked. So after that, everyone just called me Margo.
Right. So it was kind of given to you then almost.
Yeah.
Right,
So
okay.
I just sort of embraced it, and the Miss Margo, and then sort of put Mansfield on the end, but obviously that kind of drops depending on where you are, where you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just liked it, sort of like Triple M, Miss Margo Mansfield.
Yeah, it's
kinda,
good.
it's
Triple M.
Yeah.
Triple M.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind the. I was just thinking about McDonald's, the Golden Arches for some reason.
Just always thinking about food.
I know, yeah. Especially Mackey's, man. It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Terrible.
not good for you.
It's not.
So, would you say you feel more confident in your alter ego for Miss Margo? Or
Yeah, probably
David?
so. Yeah, I can sort of do both really, but I'd prefer to get up on a stage and chat and talk and say.
Is that because Miss Margo is the one that drinks a lot more?
Maybe.
It seems, yeah. Maybe that's where the confidence comes from.
Yeah, but I think it's what's expected, isn't it, of a drag queen, to sort of stand out there and perform and speak and talk. And I mean, years ago, I couldn't really talk on a microphone, and Jono helped me with that. And then eventually now, I'll even sing, in Chicas I do cabaret and sing and everything, and do karaoke and stuff. And, I just wouldn't even think about it now. I just do it automatically.
Yeah, I'd love to do karaoke, but I just daren't.
You've never done it?
I just daren't get up and do
Why?
it. I don't know. I just can't. I can't bring. I'll sing my heart out in the car with my kids, and if I'm in the kitchen or something. But I've always wanted to though. So maybe
Have a go.
I should do.
You're better off going somewhere that nobody knows you.
Yeah, like a different country.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was thinking like Skeg or something. Yeah.
I've got family in Skeg, so that's not a good no.
Yeah,
So further afield.
Skeg's full of Mansfield, though, isn't it?
Well,
so
yeah,
it's
true.
Especially them Butlins weekends, isn't it, Margo?
Oh God.
I've seen you on a couple of them, didn't I? And I used to go to them, and I bumped into you a couple of times. I remember just walking through, can't remember, inside, and you were coming into the doors. And I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, them times. Obviously, with the time that Jono told us about, that was pretty funny on his show last week. What happened there then? Do you actually remember anything, or you obviously come round? You come round the corner and you just like.
I've just been chatting to this guy.
Had a tarte or whatever.
You know, Irish guys. There's something about the accent, isn't there? So you know, just had a bit of a chat with him and that, and then he obviously got a bit confused because when we go to Butlins, we always dress identically the same wig.
What, always?
Yeah, we've always done it. Yeah. In fact, here at Ransom Wood, we had some costumes made here. We went as majorettes.
Oh, right.
So we all had like the red outfits with the gold buttons and the pals and the hats and the twirly buttons.
Wow.
And people went crackers.
Awesome.
You know, it was so funny. It was really good. But
Brilliant.
There's some good times there.
Come and help the woman make the costumes because she wasn't ready for us.
Awesome.
What's, you know, going back to like you getting ready and all that takes a while. What, like with me, I'm quite, in a way, blessed in one sense because obviously, and it depends who you are. Like, it depends who's asking about body hair because I don't have any, and I literally don't. But like when you look at someone like Ollie, I mean, we've seen his chest, haven't we? Show your chest, Ollie. Let's do it again.
Do you want it waxed?
I've just got a bit in my nails.
Just leave me alone.
I know, mate.
Always on my case.
But yeah, just reminded people, 1,000 subscribers, going to lay them on the table, give them a wax.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'll do it. I'll do waxing.
Do you?
I'll give it a go.
Oh no, this is becoming a real thing now. This is.
I know, mate. It's a real thing. So do you do that yourself? Do you wax or like how do you deal with body hair when you're?
I have been waxed. Yeah, I have been waxed, but yeah, I'm me up now. Eyeballing me, George. I can see you.
I know. I'm looking you up and down.
But yeah, I have been waxing in the past, but I do a lot of shaving as well. So yeah, you have to.
Because there's some.
Let's change the subject.
Making you sweat a bit, Ollie.
He has a lot of hair.
Oh dear.
And
please don't subscribe.
And other like drag queens will like do the thing where they like tuck the penis in, don't they? Do you do anything like that?
It has to be done, doesn't it?
Do you do that?
Yeah. Have you watched RuPaul's Drag Race? Have you seen that?
I haven't. No.
I've got a few friends obsessed with that program. Like,
it is a bit addictive. I've watched quite a bit of it, but not all of it. I watched the UK one. I really enjoyed that, and some fabulous artists on there and talent. You know, that are still working out there now. But they give away a lot of trade secrets. You know, about the blending and the tucking. And
do they?
Yeah, it's all.
Maybe I should have watched that before you came on. I don't know.
I'll show you later.
Yeah. Well, how it's done, or what? I don't know.
Give you a demonstration.
Yeah, teach me how to do it.
That's all good.
All hands on there. But no, I'll.
So just bringing things back to like questions and podcast stuff. You filthy animals. No, sorry. What was I going to say? Oh, sorry, I like train of thought. Oh yeah, so do you do this as do you do it as a job as well? Have you made a career out of it or like a semi-career kind of thing? And
probably sort of like a part-time career. Yeah, I've done quite a lot. I've worked in Mansfield predominantly. Yeah. You know, at Cheeky's, and we used to do a gay night years ago on a Wednesday night at the Late Lounge, which now is Canvas, obviously.
Yeah, I used to do that, and I don't know why. You did. The doorman were like, "Oh, I'm not doing that," and I used to switch with the doorman because I don't want to do gay night because they're all over me and all this, and I was like, "Chill out, mate, it doesn't matter."
You love the attention.
I did,
thrives off of it. Yeah,
thrive off the attention. So but no, I always did. No, I did it for the money, guys. I did it for the money. That's all I did it for. But
we started doing the Wednesday gay night, and then it progressed sort of, and then Jono obviously bought Cheeky Monkey, and then we said, we'll start doing like a little DJ set beforehand as like a pre-club thing, and it really worked. It's literally that took off, you know, and then I think the like sort of recession hit, and then people only got a certain amount of money, you know, and midweek sort of nights just sort of died a little bit, so it just sort of came to an end, which was such a shame really, because you know, we had some fantastic nights, you know, really good. It
is a shame. I mean, I think the nightlife across the country, across the board, sort of took a hit, didn't it, with recessions and smoking bans and all that. It really kind of knocked everything back. That was mad.
I thought about this the other day. Like, everyone, even including myself, used to smoke anywhere. Like, anywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Back when I used to smoke.
You used to get burnt when you were walking through a club, like
all that kind of stuff. Like these sort of like chiffon things, you used to find like holes in them and stuff. Yeah,
you used to go home and go, what? Did you ever used to smoke then? No.
No, I've never smoked. No, I'm quite actually a bad asthmatic, but that's another story.
No, just like a drink, not a smoke. No.
Yeah, just have a couple of drinks and stuff. Well, a couple, maybe a bit more.
Depends on the situation, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I was going to say. Is there any sort of like qualities that Margo has that David would like, you know, like any sort of qualities that Margo has that you could benefit, like David could benefit from, or like would carry over? Because obviously it's like it's like the personality thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think over the years I'm a lot more confident as David than I ever used to be. Definitely. I think that the receding hairline, I would like Margo's hairline.
That's why actually I need a haircut, but that's why I normally just shave it all off. I'm probably grey, but I don't give it a chance to come through, to be honest. So
That's something, is it?
But don't get me wrong, it's not all gone, but you know, it's clearly drifted over the years, shall we say? But no, I don't think so. No. Yeah.
Just almost one persona helps the other, and you work together. And, you know, like I say, one builds confidence, and the other one benefits from it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you were saying, because obviously I picked you up early in the car, and I've got to drop you back off later. And I don't know if you're going to
I'll have the rest of these beers then.
Yeah, because I'm going to get invited in for a coffee, I think.
Stop
no,
it.
Of course I'm
Such
not. I'm not going to drink coffee that time of night. You're mad. But yeah, we're saying obviously
vodka then.
we were saying like I want to pick you up and on your gate, and you've got like chickens, and you've got coming into here where we are, where the studio is. We seen 2 rabbits, didn't we? And you said,
yeah,
I've got some rabbits. How many you got?
I've got 5 rabbits at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah, not rampant rabbits, normal rabbits.
White rabbit.
Yeah, and I've got a white one actually as well. And then I've got
white what?
A white rabbit.
Mine is always in the gutter.
And then I've got 4 chickens at the moment as well. So yeah,
cool.
So they've.
Did you rescue the chickens? Are they like rescue ones?
No, they're not rescued ones, but I am going to look about getting some actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I could do a couple more.
Are you generally an animal lover then? Have you got
Yeah, I mean I've got a general happiness, welfare, shall we say, to animals. Yeah, definitely.
Good.
Yeah. But I'd love a dog, but I just ain't got time for one.
Oh, tell me about it, man. Ollie's got this puppy, and I just want one. I want one so bad, and
she's not here because she's a bit of a handful at the moment. So she pulls on cables and things. So left her at home, unfortunately.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd love a dog, and I just think because I'm out of the house so much.
Yeah,
it's just not fair. I'm out of the house 12 to 14 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Monday to Friday.
I think a little dog in a handbag would just finish the kind of persona off well. I think
my daughter's just bought one of them.
What, a actual dog in a handbag?
Yeah, it's a teddy dog. Like we have a little chihuahua in a dog, like thinking she's some like Paris Hilton or something. I don't know. We got it for a birthday the other week on her 6th birthday, and I said, you can't have all that. You've already spent like 160 quid. And I said, you can put that back and you can have that if you want that. And she's like, got this massive unicorn with the wings. And she's like,
unicorns are like in at the moment.
Yeah, but she's already got a massive one on the bed. She's got a huge unicorn. And she picks up this other one. Yeah, but this one's got wings. I'm like, what? It looks exactly the same. I'm thinking it's by the same people, this big teddy. And then she like picks up this dog and it looks like a little bag or something. I'm sure it was like $29.99 from that Smith's Toy Stores. That's pricey in there. It really is.
It's tight, isn't it?
Yeah. Tight. And then I was like, you can have that or you can have even with my daughter, I'm bartering, you know what I mean? Haggling here.
Come on, then. You can have 20 quid now then.
What did you just say? It's got down to 15.
It's not unicorns now. There's a new thing. It's like, what is it? It's something else with a horn. But it's not a unicorn.
Something else with the horns.
I think that's everyone during lockdown, isn't it? It got the horn.
Yeah, losing the mind as well. Baking banana bread.
Everywhere ran out of Viagra, didn't he?
Yeah.
Viagra
and toilet rolls.
I know, yeah. What's
good combination.
Two good combination.
I'm quite sure about that one. All jokes aside, I went in Asda yesterday. All toilet rolls gone again. Stop buying toilet rolls.
Oh yeah, I went to Tesco and they've only got like the pack of 4s, the most expensive one. You get 4 for like a £5. I'm like, what?
Like 5-sheet velvet with the quilted bits on.
Nice, but what's your views generally?
I'm going to say, what's your toilet roll?
No, what's your toilet roll of choice now? What's your views on this on 2020 then so far? What's your? Has it affected you much? Is it what's changed?
Yeah, it's affected everybody, but without boring you to death, but cancelled my holiday in June, which everyone's had that, haven't they? I was due to have an extension on my house that got cancelled, so I was meant to be starting in the next few weeks.
Because of the builders and everything.
Yeah, because I was being short of building materials and such like, and obviously it's catching up with those jobs.
You've just had your patio done, didn't you? Because I seen them two couple of bags of sand.
Yeah. I had some work done on my garden, so that was like my lockdown project. Grew some veg and stuff like that.
Grew some veg.
Yeah, some tomatoes and potatoes.
What?
And,
Okay.
yeah, it was like the proper good life. Yeah.
Living the best life. Now, have you grown the potatoes to make vodka, or have you grown the potatoes to eat? 'Cause you make vodka.
No.
You make vodka out of
I've heard
potatoes.
of that, yeah.
Allegedly,
Like,
but I haven't know where to start.
No.
So yeah, just potatoes.
So all your cooking videos, like you just said, you grow veg, or you're actually a good cook? Because that one, I watched it earlier, and I've seen it before, like a couple of years ago, I think. And you're Oriental, and you got the rice in the pan, and you're like, oh, and he's like, what is it, Margo? What is it? You didn't really make it, did you? I did make it. I didn't make it. And it turns out, Jono just chucks the pack of Uncle Ben's rice at you. You liar.
Yeah,
So
that
you did a
was
lot of
kind
cooking.
of the brunt of the joke of like all the cookery shows and stuff. So it did kind of work out like that. But no, I can actually cook.
You can actually cook,
that
people.
was like
You heard it
the
here
joke
first.
of it, you know. So yeah, I did go to catering college for 3 years.
Did you?
All right, interesting.
So yeah, I can do that. But hence why I did the cookery baking through lockdown. So I did make a few things.
So, what apart from being a wonderful entertainer and everything else, what's have you got like a profession? Is there something that you train to do, or something that you initially, aside from the drag queen and everything? Is that
Well, yeah, I mean, like I say, I went to catering college for 3 years, and I trained as a chef.
Right.
So I did that, and I worked at Centre Parks for quite a while.
All right.
And then I moved to work with Jono at the Junction. And I've been the manager ever since, really. So I've not really had many jobs.
No,
Once
it's not
I'm
bad.
sort of settled, I'm settled.
That's a good thing, actually, though,
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Do you ever carry them skills forward to the Junction? Do you ever help out in the kitchen and stuff?
Not really, not really. No, we've got a good team of chefs. And
It's like Jono come on, he's like, I will get my hands down the toilet if I need to.
Oh, God, yeah.
To do all that.
You're mucking if you
Yeah.
need to.
Like you get on that level that Jono's talking
Yeah, I would never ask somebody to do something that I wouldn't do myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always been my rule. You know, I'll mop the floors if needs be. You know, I'll do anything.
Would Margo do all that?
No, not just like this. No,
Yeah, they're them skills.
I get my
Margo
suede shoes wet. You know what I mean? So,
Have you ever been and done a shift as a manager as Margo?
yeah, I've done a few bits over the years.
has.
Yeah,
Like Christmas things or...
yeah, we did a lot of murder mysteries at the
okay.
Junction and on Why
I've always
Not.
wanted to do one of them. What are they
Yeah.
like? I've seen this one... was it Junction 25, was it? Oh, I can't remember. I'm terrible with my junctions. I should know my roads. But like they've always said like a murder mysteries and all that. I've never done one. Apparently they're awesome, aren't they? Like some really good
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, over the years, we've not done for a couple of years now, because it was just getting a bit much. Obviously, me managing the Junction, and obviously Jono had a lot on, and we wrote them ourselves as well.
Right.
Well, Jono did mainly. I just sort of helped along the way because he's a lot cleverer than I am. But we did a lot of that, and then we performed them as well. So we did 2 at the Junction and 2 at Why Not,
Yeah.
and it just got a bit much.
On
over
top
the
of a
years.
full-time job and everything else as well.
you know, so but it was really good. The people loved it, you know, and every year we this one particular year we introduced the John Lewis advert.
Right.
I can't remember which one it was. It might have been the rabbit and the bear. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I
where-
think so.
Yeah, they came and whatever.
Is that the one where Lily Allen sang the song?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Somewhere only we go. You
Yeah,
go,
and then
they go.
after that,
Who knows?
people were sort of saying, "Oh, can we book for next year? What's going to be the John Lewis advert?" So we kind of like set ourselves a president, you know. So every year we had to put the John Lewis advert into something. Because before it started, we did like a little show, and I normally did a song. And after so long, Jono joined in and all the characters and such like. And then the death actually happened in the room, and then we'd sort of
What do
drag
you mean it actually happened?
Well,
They
we sort of
shanked-
poisoned them or something.
Yeah,
And then
it
we drag-
actually happened.
Yeah, it actually happened. And then we dragged the body off. And then we sort of like say, "Oh my God, there's been a murder." And everyone would scream and stuff. And then we sort of give out clues, and we'd walk around tables and people would ask us how do you know the person, and, you know, who served the wine. That was the general question normally.
Why? Why is that the general question? I don't understand that.
Because
Obviously,
we used to
done it.
poison them. So like, who poured the wine, and, you know, it was all pantomime, all tongue-in-cheek. And
Yeah, good fun though.
yeah, good fun. And everybody went home, a bit drunk, belly full of snap.
How many people do it then? Is there lots of people that do it? Like how many? When you said everybody went home, is it like what,
Well,
150?
Well, we used to have like probably, I don't know, off the top of my head, sort of 60, 70 people in the room
Really?
a night.
All guessing, like
Yeah,
trying to figure
yeah.
this stuff out.
I mean,
They all-
some
they all
got
get
it right.
They all team up and
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And then we'd do the big reveal at the end, and we'd all stand in line, and, you know, we'd go through all the like motives that the customers had given. Some were funny, some were boring, you know, stuff like that. And And then we do that, the big reveal, and the real killer, please step forward. You know, and there'd be a drum roll on the table.
Oh, damn, I got it right. I got it wrong.
Yeah.
People place bets.
Not bets, but
Bet drinks. I bet you a drink or whatever. Talking of drinks. Anyway, thanks for coming on. Cheers. Do you want any more? We'll pour you some more. Do you want to top
all
it?
it does though is drink here.
Cheap date, you know, just vodka Coke. 1-2 floor, isn't it? 1-2 floor.
1-2 floor.
Vodka Coke is.
I could drink you under the table, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon.
Okay. What now? Should we go under?
I thought you played footsie with me earlier.
I didn't move anyway, did you?
I did actually straighten my leg out, actually. So. Dodgy knee.
Do you want to top up?
Yeah, go on then.
A bit more of that. Should we just pour loads in?
Just a little bit.
How much is a little bit? Is that a little bit?
That'll do.
Is that it? A bit more?
That'll do.
A bit more?
Look at tablecloth, like you.
Oh no, we're going to have to wash this
You have to
tablecloth.
wash your tablecloth now.
Took all the Coke in there. Oh yeah, that was it. One of the videos I watched. You went into, remember Old Riley's? And you went in there, didn't you?
God, I was so drunk that night.
You were so drunk that night. And you going, I want a vodka and cock.
No.
Give me a vodka and cock.
I think Jono's actually removed that from the web. Because it was,
Oh, I seen it today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
The one that we can't find is the one that you mentioned the other day. Finding Margo. Where is Finding Margo? Where's I'm searching. Like you said, it's got to be somewhere on the internet.
I can't find it.
And he said Gary shouted, didn't he? Went, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it must be on there somewhere.
Yeah,
the
maybe
funniest
it's
thing
not
on
on
that
YouTube.
for me was that you've not watched it, have you? You're still looking for it. But Jono's like going around the res, like looking for me apparently. And then he stops and has a fag, and he's like,
Standard, innit?
This jogger runs past in like a hoodie, and he's like, do you know, have you ever seen Margo? And the jogger sort of goes, no, who the bloody hell's Margo? And nobody knows that's actually me. Nobody knows that's me. I think that's
the jogger was you.
Yeah,
Wow.
the jogger was me.
We need to find this
like
clip.
dressed normal.
I'm disappointed in
But
myself.
nobody
I've not
knows
found
that, you see. But I've told everybody now, haven't I?
I know.
Yeah, because I bet there's a lot of people out there that don't know David, did they? Because they just see you as Margo. Do you ever go into town as David? I think I've seen you once or something as David.
Yeah, I have done. Yeah, I have done.
But you like to just...
I went on the Sunday, actually. But
Other Sunday?
yeah,
Wait,
I went
who
to
were?
Why Not to see a tribute. But yeah, it's quite funny because there was Robbie Williams on the tribute, and he was like, he's going to sing "She's the One," and he said, "Oh, where's Jono?" And I was like, "Oh, he's not here." He's like, "Oh, where's Margo when you need her?" And like the girls always like, "He's here," and I was like, "Hi." And he was like, "Oh, hi, I didn't recognise you." I was like,
Margo's
"Hi."
gone. Margo's
Yeah.
hung up in my wardrobe right now.
Well, I feel semi-retired at the moment. It's almost been sort of 6 months.
6 months.
Do you think Margo will ever retire? Do you think...
Eventually,
Yeah.
yeah, eventually, yeah. But
What
not at the
would you
moment.
hang up? Is it your hat? It's not your hat, is it? Hang your
Heels.
hat. Hang your heels up.
Hang your heels up, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Never say never. Just go as
Yeah.
long as you can, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I do feel a bit old in town. You know, like all these young uns are like, "Hi, yeah, you're right," and I was like, "Hi." You know, and then the worst bit is when they come up to you and go, "Oh, you know my mum. Oh, you know my dad." And I'm like,
no.
"Oh, right. How old are you?" 19.
Oh no, that is. It's like, wow, you don't realise what you're just saying there, do you?
Yeah.
You don't realise how you're making me feel right now. That is.
But it's, you know, at least you know you've entertained somebody over the years. Or
Yeah.
it's funny that people come up to me and they remember things I've said or I've done, and I sometimes can't. You know, and I was like, did I really do that? Did I
Hold on,
really
how
say
many
that?
vodkas and cokes did you have?
So just think how many, because that's obviously stuck with them. It's a fond
Yeah,
memory of
yeah.
theirs that they've got. So just think how many of those are out there that you can't
Exactly,
remember. Because
yeah.
I'm sure you can remember a lot of them.
One of the funniest moments for me, there's been a lot over the years, a lot. And that's all I do it for, a good laugh.
That's a
You
good
know.
question, actually. What is
One-
your funniest moment?
One of the funniest moments was I went out of Cheeky Monkey's door. There's a bus pulled up. So I got on the bus with the microphone, which I used to do quite regularly after that. But the funniest part of it was the bus drove off and I went round the corner, still on the microphone, and obviously gets to a point where it cuts off. So then there was an ambulance at the top of Lehman Street, and I said to the girls, "Will you just drop me off outside Cheeky Monkeys?"
I think I was there.
And they were like, yeah, that's fine. So it gets in the back of the ambulance. The ambulance goes up Lehman Street, pulls back Cheeky's, the back door opens, I comes out of the microphone, "Hi, I'm back!"
Oh, that's awesome. I wish someone had filmed that.
Everyone
That'd
was
have been
on
good.
the floor, you know,
That-
laughing.
Yeah, I was there. I'm sure I was there working
Was
on Cheeky
you?
Monkey's doors. What day was it? Was it just like a Sunday day?
It must have been a Sunday night.
Yeah, like not long opening. I think we were just.
It's got to be a long time ago. But
Yeah.
then after that, I get on the
So
buses quite sort of regularly. But then what tended to happen was, as town got later and later, the buses kind of got later and later. So we kind of missed the bus, if you know what I mean, because there was nobody in Cheekies to sort of do it to make it sort of worth its while.
It's weird that I was talking to someone about it the other day how it's just got later and later and later. And like town doesn't even start until about 11 o'clock now, does it? I'm sure it doesn't.
Yeah, I noticed
Sometimes,
that.
yeah.
Sounds so strange. I don't
But I
understand
think
that.
the good thing, you've got to look at the positives of COVID-19 as well.
I'm going to say, saying that,
And
hold
I
on,
think-
what did you just say then? It's not starting later. Since
Well,
not
yeah,
this
last year.
Not this year.
Not this year. We haven't started at all, have we?
So
really?
since then, I think people are coming out earlier, and hopefully people will learn from this and start and stay coming out earlier.
Yeah.
And it'll help the venues be busy. It'll help town be busy. You know,
The economy.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
And people going home earlier, hopefully, like it used
help
to
out
be.
and drink out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, help
God.
out and drink out.
We
Help
don't-
out and drink out early.
We don't need another scheme at the moment for going out. I don't think that's got us in the
Very
apparent
excited.
mess that we're currently in, isn't it? So
Is that
it was
sort
good
of-
though. but-
Has that sort of pissed you off then? Like you said, you've not done nothing for 6 months. You've not really dressed up for 6 months. You've not really gone out.
It's not pissed me off. It's just
It's just
it is what it is.
You just
You know,
accepted
and
it.
you've just got to do what you can. So obviously Cheeky Monkey can't open at the moment. I know Jono is looking to move it forward
Yeah.
and hopefully open it at some point.
So when was the last time you were Margo? Like you were.
Well, working wise, it was the 15th of February.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that was
Exclusive,
working-wise.
people.
Yeah.
You've seen it here first.
I did go to a little gathering, shall we say, and why not, for somebody's birthday. So I did dress up for that because it was kind of the norm, expected kind of thing. So that was good, but it was very strange because obviously we had to sit down at our tables.
Yeah.
Normally I'm quite a social butterfly and I'm going to people, hi, you all right? And wandering around and chatting with people, but
Yeah.
Can't
couldn't
do
do
that.
that.
It's not allowed right
So
now, is
no,
it?
it wasn't allowed. So we had to sit down and
I've
just chill.
only been out for food during all this crazy stuff. I've not been out, but I've heard from a few people it's a bit of a weird experience. Like I say,
Yeah.
tables and having to put masks on all the time and stuff like
yeah,
that.
things have changed dramatically, but
But like I say, we've got to do what we've got to do, I guess.
yeah, of
haven't
course
we?
we have. Yeah, we've got to do what's get things right, and the quicker we do it and observe the rules, the quicker we get back to normal.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you
So
know.
has it been really difficult for you then for the obviously managing the junction with all these new rules in place and stuff? Has it been quite tricky? or
It's
just
not been
gone-
difficult. It's just been different, shall we say?
Yeah,
And I
just gotta
think
abide
we've been
by it.
abiding by the rules since we opened, and it's been fine. Customers have took it on board, and it's been good. Really, it's been lovely to see everybody,
Yeah.
old customers and new.
with masks on or not.
Yeah, exactly. And just chat with people again and to talk to people,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's
Just
been
to
great.
socialise in
Yeah.
general. It's,
Yeah.
I think that's been the worst thing out of it all, really, hasn't it? Just the isolation from friends and families and just
see what
social
Margo with
situations and stuff. You know,
Margo's just stood there like
Hi.
gagging for this here. Yeah.
but yeah, it's. I mean, like George, I've been working through it all, so I've still had some degree of
have you?
normality. But yeah,
Yeah.
just being able to go and see
Yeah, but
friends.
I was
and-
busier than ever.
Yeah.
Busier. I was starting at 6 in the morning, finishing like 8 to 9, man.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculously busy. It has calmed down a little bit lately because a lot more people are more actually back at work rather than being at home doing the gardens.
Yeah, exactly. I must admit though, I mean, I totally underestimated how long we were going to have off.
Oh God,
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first 2 weeks I was like, oh, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, you know, like 4 or 5 jobs a day, you know,
Yeah.
doing big stuff, you know, and then friends were saying, you want to calm down a bit, you know, you're going to run out of things to do. And I'm like, no, I've got to get it done, I've got to get it done. And then sort
It's
of
like you felt like
3
you were
months
rushing
in-
to do your house up to do this work.
Yeah,
to do that
yeah.
job. Like, was it stuff that you've always wanted to do then? Was like all these like little niggly jobs that you...
Yeah, lots of niggly jobs and stuff. And obviously I was waiting for this extension. So I was waiting for things to be done. So it gave me a good chance to start preparing stuff
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that. But then obviously I've still not got it done now.
Not
it's
even started yet.
No, not yet, no.
it's crazy.
It's due.
It's crazy to think that we've pretty much had half the year like sat at home.
Yeah.
And just everything's just been turned
Well,
off.
I haven't.
Well, all right.
We haven't.
Most of
Well,
most,
most
Sound
most
really
of the
bitter
world.
for that. Yeah. You're really
Did-
bitter for that.
I know, I
I'm
keep
jealous.
saying it, don't I? I'm like,
Trust
I'm
me,
not
mate.
happy with that. I was happy on 80%, you know what I mean? I was happy on 80%. I was actually, like a lot of people, I was saving a lot more money on 80% wage because you're not going out all the time, you're not doing that all the time, and eating out. Obviously now you are, but or going out, clubbing it, and drinking every weekend. And I calmed down a lot on my drinking. You know, like it was. I know that wasn't sort of.
Well, you had nowhere to go, did you? You had nowhere to go, and I mean, hopefully, a lot of people have saved quite a considerable amount of money. You know,
refunds on holidays. I know it's not a nice thing, but it's
I'm
money
still
back in the
waiting
bank,
for my
isn't it?
refund. So Love Holidays, if anyone from Love Holidays is listening, sort my refund out. You still owe me like
Love
1,500
Island.
quid.
Love Island, you say?
Yeah, and if you're listening from Love Island, I am on game. Do you know what I mean? No.
I think it's just like, you know, they don't want over 25s.
Yeah, you're getting on a bit now, mate. So
yeah, I don't even know what to say to that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm still waiting for that refund. And a lot of people have been telling me at work, and other people, like customers I've dealt with, and talking about the holidays and stuff. And they've been saying that some people have only waited a couple of weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks for the refund, and I'm like 6, 7 months, man.
you've been done, mate.
Yeah. Ryanair was the worst one from people, I think. And
that was what I heard. Another company, it wasn't Love Holidays, someone else has just come out of, I've heard yesterday, they've come out of ATOL protection, and so now they've got round this loophole. They don't have to give anybody the money back.
You've definitely been done, mate.
No, but not me.
Forget about it.
Not Love Holidays.
Just forget about the money, mate.
No,
Drop it. Just leave it.
I will not forget about it. It's a principle. I'm about principles, mate. I'm going to find out where they live, and I'm going to... No.
So, have you got anything? Obviously, this year's been a bit crazy. It's been difficult to make plans for anything, but now that things are starting to kind of like open back up, have you got any plans for Miss Margo for the next few months or for the remainder of the year, or have you got anything?
Well, obviously, Jono said about opening Cheeky Monkeys, and he mentioned in a light sort of sentence on Facebook about doing a bingo night in there. So whether that's going to go ahead or not, we'll see. But the sort of Facebook population sort of went mad for it.
Okay.
So maybe we might have a bingo night at some point.
This is what I've noticed about Jono and stuff. You'll put suggestions out there, because obviously it's good to have people's feedback.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And stuff.
Give people what they want.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
I think as any business owner, it's easy to do what you think people want or what you want to do, but like Jono is obviously, and potentially yourself with the establishment that you run, open it up to your audience and your local.
Yeah,
What would you like to see? And then, like you say, you're giving them what they want, aren't they?
You've got to give people what they want, because at the end of the day, they're going to come in then, aren't they, and buy a drink or have a meal or spend money or do whatever.
It's the same with us, like we've said, haven't we? Like, what do people want to see on the show? Like, tell us down below in the comments or whatever. Like, give us some ideas or the type of people, the type of backgrounds that people want to see on the show, or their interests or whatever. And we'll definitely look into it. Same sort of principle, isn't it? It's give people what they want. But go back to you and Jono then. So how did you first sort of come about with each other? Like, how did you meet? What did you? Because a lot of people have said to me, "Have them two got a thing? Have them two had a thing?"
God, I know the amount of people that two things. One, they think Jono is me.
You think Jono is you?
Seriously.
Yeah, you
Jono
know what, guys? This is Jono right now. So thanks for coming back on, Jono. You know what I mean?
I think Jono almost had a fight with this woman one night. Yeah, you're Margo. And he's like, no, I'm not. He always says, Jono always says,
did you walk around the corner and
Jono's 2 foot taller and I'm 2 foot wider.
Yeah, well, that's
true story.
That's what you said about that Butland story, didn't it? How did that guy not know? I'm 2 foot taller. But
and then the other one is that people think that we live together and we're going out with each other and your boyfriend John. I was like, no, definitely not.
You're just really good close friends.
Yeah, it's best to be friends with someone rather than go out with someone. Once you go out with someone, you can never be friends again.
No,
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So that's
that from past experience? This sort of.
Yeah, true story. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you can never be friends with someone.
Is it?
Never be friends with someone you've gone out with someone. It just doesn't work.
That's some advice there, peeps. I think I need that.
Pick your
advice,
friends wisely.
I think I'll absorb that myself.
Pick your friends wisely, or pick your lovers wisely.
How long have you known Jono then? When did you first?
Well, I first met Jono when I was working actually at Limos, but it was called 10.
10. What a day.
Yeah. So when it was called 10, I was like what they call hosting the doors. So you'd welcome people in and chat to them when there was a queue back in the day. And then I was working there with another friend of mine who did drag as well, who helped me along the way.
We've definitely crossed paths before.
More than likely.
I'm telling you.
All swords, you never know.
Or pork swords. Cross swords.
Never seen you blush.
You have now.
I don't normally go red. I think I remember that night now.
I don't.
Oh, burn.
Oh, burnt, man. You burnt.
So they used to do once a month gay night, which was on a Monday. And then we was down there, and I think Jono came down like once or twice. And it was like handing out flyers for this new Wednesday gay night that he was going to host at the Late Lounge. So it's like, oh, if you want to come up and support us, and we'll get you a couple of drinks, kind of thing. So it's like, oh yeah, it sounds really good. So anyway, we started going, and it was really quiet. And then over that, the weeks progressing, because it was a weekly gay night, which was like, it's like a new thing. There was no such thing back then. So over the weeks, it sort of progressed, and it got busier and busier. And it's like, oh, will you and your friends start working for us? So I was like, yeah, all right. So we started doing like games and hosting competitions, and they used to have weekly strippers on and all sorts of things. So that's what we started doing, and that's how I got to know him through that, you see. So I started working for him, and then it just sort of progressed, and then the friend who I was with sort of didn't want to do it anymore and left, and that's when I sort of progressed and like talking on the microphone, and I thought if I don't progress now,
It's done.
it's done.
Yeah.
So I've got to do it.
Step up.
You know when you've got to do something, you do it, don't you? Whereas if you can hide behind somebody, you will. So obviously he left, and Jono said, oh, you need to start talking on the microphone, doing stuff. So I did. And that's how it just progressed. And then after that, became pretty good pals sort of thing. And we used to have TV nights around at his house or dinner or whatever.
Netflix and chill.
Definitely not.
What happened back then? What was it? What was it? Jeremy Carlin chill.
Blockbuster and chill.
Blockbuster.
Oh yeah, Blockbusters. We did actually do that. We used to go down to Blockbusters and rent a DVD or probably a VHS back then.
Cassell's. Just go to Cassell's down Littleworth. Go to Cassell's and get a video, get a VHS.
Fun fact.
And don't look at the top shelf.
Blockbusters had the opportunity to buy Netflix and turned it down because they didn't think it'd ever catch on.
Really?
Oh, they did do, like back in the day.
Sorry, full of
They wish they had done now.
That's it, yeah.
Netflix, it basically is Blockbusters, but at home, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is.
But I don't know about you, but I always pick a film or a series or something, and I think, oh, this looks brilliant.
Oh, God, I did that last night.
And then it's subtitled.
All right.
And
Really? Another interest. I am a fountain of useless information and sometimes quite useful stuff too. On Netflix.
All polar bears are left-handed. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. How do you know though? They can't write.
Huh?
They can't write.
No, that's why they're all left.
Oh my God, that's a proper dad joke.
It's a proper dad joke.
No, it is. No, that's not even no, they are actually all left-handed. They've all been observed, and they always use the left hand to catch fish.
Well, I didn't know that. I do
It's
know.
the way they're wired.
Is it? Okay.
Did you know left-handed people live 7 years less than a right-handed person?
Are you left-handed?
No.
Why do you know so many left-handed facts?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. You know when I used to have the old windows and these facts used to come up in the corner? I was like, what?
Paperclip was your best mate, was it?
Useless. Remember that? But anyway, carry on.
Can't even remember what I was saying now.
So, no.
Oh, no.
Videos.
No, it's gone.
Oh, subtitles.
Subtitles. Netflix.
Yeah.
Go into the subtitle settings, and you can usually most of the programs now will do an English dubbed, and it'll just speak English.
Oh, really?
So it's
No
not
way.
always amazing, and it's sometimes a bit like
Yeah. I have watched
It's like
some
that.
like
Hey, you guys.
yeah.
Want to fight?
Well, it is
Yeah.
kind of like
Fight
that,
me.
yeah, because
it's
obviously they're
like
talking.
The lips are moving like quicker than the mouth.
But I've done it on a few things, and after a while, you kind of get used to it. So, because I'm like that, if I'm watching subtitles, I just stare at the subtitles, and I'm not watching the program. So I might as well just read a book. So
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does matter. Like I tried to watch the Heist, and it did actually look good. I still haven't watched it all yet. It was number one, wasn't it? They always have the number one in the UK, and the Heist, and they all have the maths, and they all like rob the bank or somewhere.
I'm not seeing it.
The Heist, money Heist or something.
I think you've made that
Sounds
up,
a
mate.
bit-
to be honest.
These guys know what these.
Sounds a bit macho for me. I like a love story or a period drama.
Right. What are you watching at the moment?
I've just watched that. I can't think what it's called now. It was like a 1940s sort of nurse thing. I don't know what it's
Oh,
called.
do you like all that? Oh,
It's
that new thing that's on. That's what I watched last night, and it's got that famous
It's a bit
girl.
gory. Yeah.
Yeah, and it starts off with that crazy guy, goes in the house, stabs them all up into the priests. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
That's what I
that's
watched
it,
last
yeah.
night. I wasn't playing on my phone.
What's
like
it called?
what?
I can't remember.
Is it Ratchet?
Yeah, Ratchet.
Just, I don't know why it's just come to me. It's
Yeah,
called
Nurse Ratchet. Yeah.
Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah, I've just
And
watched that.
It's just weird, isn't it? And I like the way they filmed it. Like some old spooky. You reminded me like something off Beetlejuice or something. And then all the lights just change colour, or the guy has some of that was it some gas or something, and all the lights go red. Yeah. And it's like it's weird how it's filmed.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It reminds me kind of like a Tarantino.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
It's filmed kind of like that a bit.
But it's an 18 as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was alright.
It's a bit gory in places, but
I got bored,
it weren't really.
I watched one and I thought no.
There's only 6 episodes, I think.
And I carried on watching the Umbrella Company. You seen that?
No, I'm not seen that.
That's mad. Powers and stuff.
Have you done anything like TV, or have you been on TV as Miss Margo, or as you know?
No, not really. Not TV wise, not I can think of.
Or any little clips or anything like that, or interviews or anything.
I very nearly got an episode in Shameless.
Oh wow!
Did you?
Years ago, yeah.
What a claim to fame that would have been.
But the only thing was,
you'd have to do a. You know,
I was with this agency and she phoned me up and said, I've got they need about 10 drag queens to pretend to be a football match against like the lads sort of thing. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds fine. So anyway, I had to go to Manchester, but the thing was we had really bad snow and I just couldn't get there. So
because it's across that Snake Pass or whatever it's called.
So it kind of sort of like fell on its arse, but
that's a shame.
Hey ho. Yeah. But I got interviewed on Mansfield Radio. Because I did a charity calendar in 2008.
Wow.
Hold on, was this that naked calendar everyone's banging on about lately?
No, that's a different one.
What, me naked? I won't wish that on anybody.
It'd probably sell some calendars though.
Oh
sure.
My God.
If it was, microphones placed in the right places, do you know what I mean? It was done.
You need a big bloody microphone.
What for? Is that for the tuck? When you take the tuck out. Sorry, I've nearly had a beer.
God, just one beer and look how it turns dirty, doesn't it?
I'll tell you what, I watched, talking about, we mentioned football, another video of yours, Vicky Pollard, that was brilliant. And you did the voice so well, and you're like, running to the football, and I
was running across the field,
just like her as well.
And I was going to go in and to the match, and Jono was like, no, don't stop. And I was like, it's all right, it'll be fine. Just literally stop the whole football match. And then run back because thinking what's going to happen here.
Did you stop it though? Did you all go, whoa?
Yeah, that was...
was that after a few vodkas? Did you do most of your videos after you've been drinking?
No, not all. No, I don't. You've got a wrong impression of me.
All the stuff when you've been drinking has not been filmed. It's not on the internet to see, can't see.
Yeah, that's all private.
Private video.
Yeah, but it'll be good to, like you say, where does Margo go from here? Like, it'd be good when the pubs, the clubs, well, the clubs rather than the pubs open again, and it'd be good to see you out.
Yeah, we'll get back in Cheekers and we'll get it up and running again, no matter what, whether it's a sit-down kind of job or back to normal.
Sit-down job or what other job?
Tables and chairs.
Tables and what like musical chairs and all that. Yeah,
that would be musical
good.
Chairs.
Could do actually. It could be incorporated to some crazy lockdown. No, because you'd be maybe touching. No, wait, chairs.
Have to wipe the tables first, wouldn't we?
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Right. No. Before we stop the music, we've got to wipe the chairs. Each time. Imagine that.
Just stand by the tables, 1 sec.
Yeah,
a bit of a nightmare that is.
There were some great nights in there though. It seems like a long time ago, but I know it's not that long, like 6 to 8 months or whatever. No. But it does seem like a long time ago. Where Jono gets up on the mic and he comes round and I'm off court, and he's like chucks the mic in front of my face and I'm like, like talking about what you
that's
said.
Maybe what you could do. Have a little drink, get in there, we'll do some karaoke.
Yeah. I think I need to go out. I need to go out with you guys, and you need to, give me the courage to get on the mic.
What's your what's your go-to music? Obviously, besides drum and bass, we know he loves drum and bass. He likes the dirty drum and bass. What songs would you really sing to? Well, like, what were you brought up with? Like, what was it like? Some I don't know.
What's your era?
I like Queen.
I'm gonna say I was just thinking about some rock, like We Will Rock You or something.
Yeah, I
don't know. What about I Want to Break Free?
Yeah, I like
that one.
I like that track. Yeah, I like all.
I bet you do that when you're hoovering up your house.
Totally, completely. Yeah, with my pink thingies on. I like
me with a hoover now, Margo. Put a hoover on you now.
Got a cleaner.
Have you? I've been gone about getting a cleaner, because I'm out of my house so much, and I've gone about paying someone just to do my pots. And
that's just lazy. I even do my own pots.
Get a dishwasher, dude.
Get a dishwasher.
I know I thought about that, but
you want to employ someone to come and do your pots?
Yeah.
That's just
Just simple as. No, because it's one job. I don't mind doing everything else, right?
Wash them as you go, mate.
Yeah, but the pots.
What pots? Use a plate, wash a plate. Use a
Oh,
fork,
yeah,
wash
You know
a
when I'm,
plate.
you know when I'm full. You know when I'm full,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, it's 8 o'clock at night, and I need a shower, and then I go to bed, and I'm still in my work gear, and I just want to chuck the plate on the side. I'm knackered and go upstairs in the shower, and then that's another thing of you have to do. You shower, but the plates can wait. I just chuck them on the side. But I literally pay something.
What about if you take the plates with you in the shower?
Now that is a genius idea.
Oh my god!
That
You
is
might have
just
something there.
saving water as well, aren't you?
Exactly.
That's a
Even
good
more.
idea.
Take
That
the take the squeegee. Or in the bath. I don't know about the bath. That'd be a bit.
Yeah.
A few floaters.
no, you don't want that.
You know what I mean? Especially if I've had bangers and mash and I've netted it
Or
all.
definitely get a dishwasher.
Yeah, but the thing about a dishwasher is, I've had, people don't realise you've got to like rinse all your plates and put them all in first, but a lot of people don't. And that's why if a glass falls on its side and you get it out of your dishwasher, which I've seen at my mum's house, sorry mum, and you get like grit in it and stuff, and you're like, oh, this one needs like washing again.
I've thought about this too much.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
have.
He's
I'm a
giving
bit
what-
OCD, man. I'm a bit like, so when I'm washing by hand, I'm like spending like 1 minute on a plate, literally a minute. I'm like that spot, and then I've got to rinse it, and then I've got to put it in the dryer. It takes me ages. You know what I mean?
First world
So if
problems.
anyone's listening that
Right.
wants to come and clean my house, I'll
Naked.
pay you.
Specifically
I'll
his
pay you.
pots, by the sounds of
I'll
it.
pay you in.
What about naked
Car-
cleaning
cash.
services? Would you do
Well,
that?
it's funny you say that. I actually saw something recently that said during lockdown, surprisingly, naked cleaning services have gone through the roof.
Yeah.
They've like blown up, and I don't know why.
Wow.
In fact, surely that's not allowed.
I remember when Miss Margo
No.
wanted me. What? Don't worry, I'm not going to say that one. I'm not going to say that now, Margo.
Jesus.
No, I remember when I was on the doors in Late Lounge, and you come over and you were like, so would you be interested in topless waitering and that? What? And you remember? I was stuck near the barracks. Do you remember
back
that?
then, because that
I bet you
back
don't.
then I used to do ladies' nights with like a sit-down meal, and then get the guys to serve the food and stuff. So I did get a few people to do it over the years, but it was a bit few and far between. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
When
was
you
too-
say
you
it's
was
good
too
pay
shy.
and all that, eh?
You too shy.
I know.
Now look at you.
No, I can't. I just don't know. I think I don't know. I wouldn't say it's not degrading yourself, but like I know of a few people now that are on that OnlyFans or fans only or whatever they call it.
Fans, yeah.
Oh man, and I know a few people have just gone onto that, and a few people that have been on it for a while, to be honest. And you know what? People are earning money on it,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of mixed views about it. Like, are they degrading themselves and all that?
Depends what you're doing.
Yeah, I think it's.
Are you on
what
it,
you're
by the way?
Really? No.
I just thought, and as I'm saying all this, like, I'm like, yeah, George, come hook me up, whatever.
Yeah,
I do know a lot
I'll do
about
half-price
it, but
private
I wouldn't
videos.
do it.
No,
Nobody wants to watch me, let's face it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Performing, singing, hoovering, Queen songs. Who knows? You never know.
No, I don't think so, somewhere, but...
Do you think, like, going off one of the other videos I watched where you're in the chippy, and you've done that a few times, when you go behind in the chip shop, and you're like, so what does everybody want?
Cock and chips.
Cock and chips, cock and chips. I mean, every one of them is squeezing your ass, and you're like, whoa, oh, and they're all squeezing your ass. But I've noticed that as well when I've seen you out, and people like, does that bother you? Like, people see you as like this, I don't know, like...
Piece of meat.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I've seen it. And I think, I've probably done it myself,
I think
to be
people
honest.
are just-
I think I have done it myself
I
to
think
you.
people are just inquisitive sometimes, and, you know,
Yeah.
to sort of...
Did
I don't know,
like,
maybe
you
see
ever
how far you'll
assume
go,
that you're
or-
into all that,
Yeah.
don't you? Like, whatever
yeah,
goes.
or people like walk past you and slap your arse and stuff. And
Yeah, but in a way, that is abuse. Like, if you walk past a girl and did that,
Yeah.
and wow, that could really, nowadays,
it could
blow
do.
up. And
I'm not reading too much into that because it's just...
That's what I mean, but obviously it doesn't
political,
bother you.
isn't it? But
It doesn't
no,
bother
it doesn't bother me, no, but I'd rather not have my arse slapped, definitely.
you. Just pinched, if you're listening.
Yeah, just pinch now and again,
Just pinched.
Just to, make sure I'm real.
Yeah. Wow. That's
But a lot of that in the chip shop was a bit pantomime as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's good how they let you go behind the counter, though.
I don't,
Half
think
three
they,
in the
I don't
morning.
really think they had much choice, to be
I know
honest.
you were going through, weren't you? They were trying to say, no, and then you went through and... Did you get it for free as well? I noticed, like,
Yeah,
at the end, I think you
so.
just walked out and went, come
Yeah,
on then.
just walked out.
thanks for the cock and chips.
But it was obviously they got to know me over the years, you know, so they saw me and stuff every week.
Are they still there now? I know that a few of them's changed in town. I wanted a nice kebab, and I very rarely eat kebab, but every once in the blue moon I just fancy a doner kebab. And certain places in town, instead of doing it in a pitta, they do it on a naan, a fresh naan. You see them making it fresh, and the smell in the oven they put in like the flame oven. And it's a few of the shops have changed now, and it's all
it's changed quite a lot. Town's changed a lot over the years anyway, you know. So
I know, like I was saying to Jono last time I went down, I think it was last November, and everyone just seems so. You're right there.
Yeah, the straw's a bit long for the glass. Where you got these glasses from? I know. Where'd you rob them from?
Yeah.
Oh, they're nice.
Nicking from your mum's house?
They're my house, mate.
Oh,
yeah. So these are the glasses you could be cleaning.
£2 these are. Seen them in Wilko.
No. What was I saying then? Oh yeah, town. I just think, I don't know, like I said to Jono, it's like everybody seems so young, and I don't know if it's because I'm just so old now.
Because you're so old.
Yeah. But don't you feel like you said, town's changing, and when you go down and everyone's queuing around the corner to get in to like different places, and I think
I mean it's a bit of both really. Obviously, new people are coming out who are younger, and you know, obviously I've been in town quite a while, so it does seem that way sometimes. But then other times in Cheeky's on a Sunday, it's quite a mixed bag of people.
Yeah.
Because they kind of, a majority some have been at work and they know that it's open on a Sunday, and a lot of places like hospitality is closed Sunday night. So a lot of people come out for that reason, and they're maybe off Monday. So it's a mixed bag of people. And it's kind of like it were never sort of the similar, never the same people every week. It was always a different sort of crowd, so it worked really well.
Yeah, I noticed that people go from like Cheeky Monkeys like in the middle of the split, and people sort of go, right, where you going after here? And you go, I'm going to go to the more mature, nicer quality people, older people, sort of like everyone seems to be over 21 in Lake Lounge. Or you go in left, you know. I'm just gonna have one of them kind of nights, so I'm gonna go left and get a bit of 18 to 21. You know what I mean?
Just depends what you want and what sort of night you're looking for. And I mean, Cheeky's has always been about fun. You know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, it's always been about that.
And there's the music as well.
Yeah, it's always been a bit of cheesy. Yeah. A bit of like sing along.
Well, a bit of both. Like some decent.
Yeah, definitely.
But everyone loves a good sing along.
Yeah, of course.
And they look like because of the shot bar, because it specialises in shots.
Yeah,
definitely. Like the first place in Mansfield, I believe that really did the shot thing.
Yeah.
The shots menu.
Yeah,
and how many different shots that they've got, and people are like,
Margo
you see.
shot.
Yeah, you got your own shot. Yeah, of course.
Got my own shot.
What's it got in it? Do you know? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's like a cherry one, I think.
Did you one night just go, I'm going to make one, and then you're going to have
it weren't me. I think it was Laura, the manager. She sort of like sorted it out. I was like, Miss Margo shot. So, yeah.
Awesome. Do you get them free? If you're going
what, shots?
Do you, those specific shots? Because it's named after you, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah, but even Jono, I remember even Jono has to pay, doesn't he? Like when he had
Probably doesn't have to, but he probably chooses to.
Yeah, I think he likes.
But it just keeps it real, doesn't it? You know, obviously, you've got to see what you're taking on a realistic level and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't start giving free drinks away because
it's like just taking money
stock.
out of the till,
Then you'd be like, "Where's stock gone?" It's stock take, isn't it? Stock comes in, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, of course.
But I suppose it's a similar sort of thing, obviously, at the junction.
Yeah,
isn't it?
You got to keep it real.
Does everything go through the books, Margo?
Of course it does. Of course, I'm a very honest person.
Last time I went, I need to come. Obviously, still doing the Sunday dinners.
Yeah, they're amazing Sunday dinners. Yeah.
Are they still doing that absolutely amazing cauliflower cheese?
Yeah.
That was absolutely. I don't know what it was.
It's years ago since you came.
I know. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Did you come with your brother?
I think I came with my ex.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all good.
But it was a big thing about the junction having the most amazing cauliflower cheese, and it wasn't like I'm honestly I was like, I'll just try it. Yeah, everyone's banging on about it, and it was like nothing I've ever tasted. I was like, what's it?
It's good. It's
do,
good
do,
Sunday dinner.
do you have good vegan options? Vegan?
Are you vegan?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to go.
I have that effect.
Do you mean you don't like sausage? I'm off.
Yeah, cruelty free all day long for me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about veganism, because it's there's different people do it for different reasons. I mean, when I tried it, I obviously tried it for I mean, people might hate me for this, but it wasn't 100% for my health. But I'd say the majority of the reasons I did it was for my health. So, like when Jono asked you last week, like, oh, you're vegan. Oh, you wear do you wear a belt, a leather belt, leather shoes?
No, I don't.
Because he sees people that do.
That's good that you'd say that then.
Yeah,
I have a cork wallet made out of cork.
But there's some people that do that and do that. Don't do it don't do it for the animals. They do it for their own health.
Yeah,
like,
and that's fine.
Is there that sort of balance?
And that's fine for me.
I don't know how you survive without dairy, like milk and cheese especially.
Yeah, it was
Do you
hard. It
eat
was hard.
eggs?
I don't eat anything.
Don't get him going, Margo.
No honey,
We'll
no
be here all
eggs,
night. We'll be here all night.
Nothing at all. Nothing.
He said to me, turned around to me and went, would you drink dog's milk? I'm like, what?
That's a valid
Would you
question.
drink like a rat's milk? Would you drink any other animal's milk? And I'm like, not really. Why'd you drink cow's milk? I was like,
Well, yeah,
it's weird. As soon as he asked me that, I was pretty much like,
And I don't know, it might taste nice.
maybe it all has been tested, like taste tested, and maybe cow's milk is the safest and cow's milk is the most delicious, so that's why we use that.
I think the thing is with cows though, without getting onto this subject, but don't cows have to be milked?
Only if they've had babies, like humans.
Yeah, but so what would they do in the natural habitat?
Their babies would drink the milk.
Until they grow up, and then what about the
Then
mums?
they stop making milk.
Yeah, so they don't have to be milked then.
Well, they artificially inseminate. This is going to get deep for a minute. They artificially inseminate the cows. They give birth. They take the baby cows away and feed them formula, and they take the milk away and give it to people to drink.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wrong, really. But we won't get into that.
My
right
chickens are free range, by the way.
That's fine.
Are they? Free range eggs? High five.
No, but it's good if you, like,
Some sanitizer.
Sanitizer. Give me some sanitizer.
I think if you're gonna eat
We've
eggs,
all been tested.
if you can have your own chickens and get eggs from them, wonderful. If that's what you're gonna do, because I'm sure your chickens are loved. I'm sure they're happy.
Yeah,
do you know, and
well
that's fine. I don't see an issue with that. Eggs for me is like a bit of a weird one because it's a byproduct, isn't it? I don't eat eggs. I have eaten eggs, and I kind of went back on eggs when I started training a bit more at the gym because I thought I needed them for protein or whatever. But you don't.
Okay.
You don't.
Okay.
But I used to get eggs from a farm that had their own chickens and stuff like that because I could see them, and I didn't, because like morally I didn't have an issue with that. So piss off.
You don't need eggs, do you? Look at them. Look at these here. Wow, that's good, that, mate.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
really
You
good.
said you act
I
surprised.
need to get back in there.
You act
You're outdoing
surprised.
me.
Broccoli, mate. Broccoli and kale. That's what it is.
Broccoli and kale.
Yeah, man.
Where's the protein in
Broccoli
broccoli?
power.
You need to get a lot of broccoli and kale.
Have you seen?
Let's get
We need to stop going down this rabbit hole because it's going to get deep.
You
But
know, you're digging
you
deep.
seen how big elephants are and that, and cows. You seen how big cows are. You seen what cows eat. What do cows eat? What do horses eat? Think how muscly and strong horses are. What do horses eat, mate?
Hey. That's a gay horse.
That was perfectly timed. Awesome.
If that split second, I was just like, what?
But they don't eat, ox, strong as an ox. Oxes eat plants, mate.
They all eat plants. Yeah.
But anyway,
Look
we'll
at
get into that.
dinosaurs. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they didn't
God,
do.
I hate
I
dinosaurs.
don't know, man.
They didn't do too well, did they? They don't here anymore.
I just think
but-
for me, I've tried both, obviously, and I think omnivore is right for me.
I actually like to call myself a herbivore as opposed to a vegan or a plant. I like to herbivore.
Well, you are. Vegans are, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but it's a dinosaur, isn't it? That it's not a human. You don't refer to humans.
Well,
human plant.
why do you
Or do you
prefer,
say
yeah, but you refer to
plant-based?
omnivore.
Yeah, plant-based. Vegan, you don't eat. People just
Don't get me
straight
wrong.
away,
Some of the
don't they?
stuff I
So-
still stick to. I still love the chocolate soya milk. I've got about 5-litre ones in my fridge right now. The chocolate protein soya
in
milk.
2020,
Great.
there are alternative products for everything, really. Do you know?
Yeah.
There are. Do you know? Even if it's something that people want to try, they can a lot easier. It's not the same as it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago.
No, I know it's sort of like supermarkets to do like a whole range, don't they?
Oh
Like
yeah, loads of
vegan
stuff.
sausage rolls and all sorts, don't they now? So
What's your typical day like? What's a day in the life of, well,
what food
David, I
wise?
guess. Like what was?
Well, I've been a member of Cinnamon World for probably since 1985. I'm not lying. And
Yeah, it's not what you're laughing for. It's not funny.
no, I don't know. I've got a really probably like a healthy appetite or an unhealthy appetite.
You have good
It's
days
like
and bad days. Some
Definitely.
days you think about it more than others. Some days you have like
a
what
lot
do you
more
call it?
bad
Fucking
days.
days.
A lot more bad days than good days, hence why I look like I do. But it's.
I
up
think you
and
look
down.
good.
Oh, shut up.
I think you look
He's
hourglass.
Such a flirt.
Specsavers.
Such a flirt, he is.
But it's difficult. I mean, I've always been a Bonnie, kind of person, and I think that from
Bubbly.
from an early age, so I don't think that's always helped. But it is increasingly difficult as you get older because you do your own shopping, you buy your own food, and like you've just said, there's so much out there that you can buy now, food-wise, that you just
one of the best things I did was going plant-based, actually, because I believe I used to be 20 stone at my peak back in the day. I was very big, very big.
And now he's 19.
And now I'm 19. No, I'm not.
Wow.
And 15.
Just under 15.
Just under 15.
And I used to go into a supermarket and I'd be like, right, I'll take that for me. And just
was that over the period of being a vegan, 5-6 years? That helped.
Yeah.
So
not just
helped.
being a vegan though. Like,
but I don't eat a lot of meat anyway.
Yeah.
Don't you? That's not what I heard.
Oh, do you know what? The amount of times people have said that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't eat chicken, full stop, anyway. I never have done. Never have done. Not since I've had chicken.
But you'd eat your chicken's eggs.
But I'll eat the eggs.
Yeah.
But that's
why would you not eat chicken then?
Because that's just it's just a personal thing that I've never, it's never appealed.
Normally it comes from a bad experience. I've had people have bad experiences with the KFC or something like that. And
you see, I've never been to KFC and I've never been to Nando's.
No, I've never been to Nando's. I've been to KFC.
I think they do vegan options at Nando's.
I've never walked through the door.
Do they?
Never.
I know KFC did the vegan burger now.
Not at the moment.
What?
Not around here. Not
They did do.
They did, but
Mansfield,
lockdown, there are limited menus, aren't they? So.
Yeah, but
So I tried it.
They should probably still cater for one thing for a vegan.
I don't even think you can have the corn and the cobs from there. I'm sure they've got.
Really?
Or you can't have.
you
You
can't
have the fries. You can't have the fries because the fries are cooked with a popcorn chicken, which doesn't. I just don't see the point.
Well, I don't eat. I say very picky. I'm probably just picky. I don't know. I don't eat like chicken. I don't eat any meat on the bone really.
You see that repulses me. Absolutely repulses me. It's just meat on the bone.
You should probably be a veggie or a vegan.
This is why people say if you knew the process
in
of
there
all the
somewhere.
foods.
No.
No, I could not eat. I love cheese.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's usually
What sort of cheese do you like? Do you like a bit of
cheddar.
Helmet cheddar?
It's usually cheese. I can't take him anywhere.
Wow.
Honestly, I can't. It's usually cheese or chocolate. When people are looking at it, it's usually cheese or chocolate. For me, it was more chocolate than cheese, if I'm honest.
Yeah, see, I'm a chocoholic.
Yeah, I was.
And I couldn't live without a trifle.
Oh God,
Yeah, but you know why though? Chocolate releases endorphins, which make you happy, and it's like an antidepressant, and that's why people.
And it tastes amazing.
That's why women like yourself, you know, when that's time of the month, you know, you all go to your chocolate, don't you?
Yeah, women do actually. Yeah, same.
You've all got them wheat bags in the microwave with like your period pains, and you sit on the sofa, and you know, I'm not dissing women. I'm just saying that's a thing, and then you know, whatever makes you feel better, sit there with a bar of Galaxy, watch your chocolate, your Cadbury's, sorry, Galaxy, kind of good.
Cadbury's, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Cadbury's out the fridge. I think Galaxy chocolate tastes worse out the fridge. You have a Galaxy Ripple out the fridge, like what?
No, don't do chocolate in the fridge.
But Cadbury's in.
It's got to be a little bit melty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try Cadbury's whole nut out the fridge. Oh, let me tell you, it just tastes so much different.
I don't like hard nuts.
Huh?
So I don't like hard nuts.
Well,
We're just
waiting for me for the
for the punchline.
for the punchline. No.
Just saying, don't I?
Yeah. What about roasted? Do you like salted?
Filthy.
Well, I'm just saying, I bought some yesterday, caramelised.
Wow.
I did. Honest to God, I've got 2 packs. I took a pack to work today. Caramelised, caramelised salted nuts. I think they're from KP. Yeah, they were half price. I thought I'd get 2 packs to try them out. You know what I mean? Anything for an offer. I learned that from my mum. Get a bag and get a bag and
You've got to love a bargain. I love a yellow whoop sticker. You know, like in Tesco or Asda, and you're like, you know, you're going through everything and stuff. And I went to Morrison's the other week. I spent like 20 quid. and I got a basket full of stuff. It's all in the freezer.
Where's that?
At Morrison's.
Yeah, I went to Morrison's. I can't remember.
Morrison's at Mansfield near Kings Mill. Like late at night when I'm on my way home, sort of like before 10 o'clock, the fridge is full of stuff. Yeah.
It's good. I often look. So some of the burgers I buy are quite expensive because they're like plant-based. It takes a lot longer to make them and stuff like that. And sometimes they're like in that, and that's the best day ever when you find that.
Iceland do a good range.
Yeah, but haven't you got to eat them that day?
No, I've not been in actually.
Or is it just like a day or 2 out of date or something?
It's normally that day, things like that. But if you freeze it, it's fine, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
So when you unfreeze it, then if you only got so many hours.
You have to. If you unfreeze
it, it goes out of date in 6 hours time.
If you could use it within like 2-3 days once it's defrosted,
Why do you
What's-
not?
if it's
How old are you?
out of
How have you
date? What
got?
I'm saying
how have you
is,
got
how
to this
does that-
age in your life you don't understand about freezing food, man?
No, I understand about freezing food, but if you go at 6 o'clock and it's out of date that day, so at the end of that day, 12 o'clock, you've got 6 hours to eat that food, right?
There's
If
no
you go
countdown
home,
time.
if you go home, freeze it within that hour, and then you've got
Yeah.
5 hours from unfreezing
Dude,
to eat it.
do you know when it
Yeah.
says like best before?
Not 2
Yeah.
days.
Do you know what it
Do you know what I
says?
mean?
No, it's
So
still
surely
2
it
days.
continues the same date when you
Dude.
unfreeze it, no?
No.
Do you know when it says
I don't
best
know.
before on something, right? Do you know that as soon as it goes past that date, it doesn't just disintegrate and turn into
No, my mum says this.
It's like,
my
you
mum
need
says
to-
this. She's
yeah.
like, just because it says best before, it just means it was better before that date.
What it means is they ideally want you to buy something else at a higher price, or they just churn, isn't it? That's what
I'll tell you what I did buy some out of that fridge, some what I thought was mozzarella sticks. And I put them in the oven, I was like, oh, they was dead nice. I thought, they didn't taste like mozzarella though. So when I went to label, it was like, no mozzarella.
Oh, right.
So they
Were they all right though? Did you like them?
They were like, obviously, for vegans.
Yeah.
But they were really nice. Made with like cocoa milk.
Yeah,
or something.
coconut milk. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
common
they were
one.
dead nice.
Were they?
And I
I
think,
think
do you know, I think if people did more blind taste tests with stuff, especially now with how good some of the products are, I
Yeah,
think more
yeah.
people would go, yeah, that's fine. What am I testing exactly? And you go, oh, that was dairy free or that was meat free.
Yeah.
And be like, whoa, you know. Like the Beyond Burger from Capo Lounge. If Capo Lounge are watching, I'm still waiting for my discount.
Yeah, but don't forget
Buy your
Jono.
oven there.
Don't forget Jono said last week we need to go in and try.
Oh yeah, of course. But also,
Indeed.
Capo Lounge, where's my discount? But anyway, they do a burger in there which is so meat-like, it's just ridiculous. It's pink in
see-
the middle. It's just insane.
No, you see that? Oh, I don't like that.
Right.
If I'm having a vegetarian burger and it's really thick and juicy like a meat burger, it really put me off.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard this before about vegan. We're talking too much about veganism here, aren't we?
Like Linda
never
McCartney products.
You can never talk too much about veganism. Linda McCartney products.
Because I
Linda
got,
McCartney products are really good.
substituted
Yeah,
everything.
but they're
I got,
too meaty.
yeah, because
Really?
I got substituted burgers, substituted nuggets, substituted something else. And as someone said to me, why are you getting substitutes of stuff when that they were made for like
Because-
chicken? It's called chicken style fingers,
Yeah.
fish
Because-
style fingers, and then it's got
Just because
beef style burgers.
Just because someone's a vegetarian or vegan doesn't mean they don't like the taste of meat. It just does, they don't want something to suffer or something to die for them to eat a burger.
Get you.
And also, the more products that are like the products that people shouldn't be eating, the more similar they are, the less reasons to not eat them. Like the alternatives, of course. Yeah. But anyway,
So-
we have really talked too much about veganism.
Yeah. So anyway, Margo, how long have you been single?
Wow.
Wow.
Too
Hold
long.
on, have you?
Too long, I think, yeah.
Are you available on the market?
On the market.
Always
What,
available.
Mansfield Market?
Always available.
I think they should have put a statue in Mansfield Market anyway.
What, a statue of you?
Yeah, I think so, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Where would they put it?
We need to start we need to start.
In the middle of Mansfield?
No,
in town.
But the thing is, we know my little pigeons have landed on it and shit on me.
Put them spikes on
Yeah.
your shoulders and stuff.
I've been shit on before. But not physically.
I'm going to say what we're into here, some scat.
God, no, that's disgusting.
Oh, mate. Well, so what
It's supposed to be good luck to get shit on by a bird, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but who made that up?
I think it's just to make the
Why
person
is
that
it
got shit on feel better, to be honest.
It's awful, isn't it?
We've all
had
been
it,
shit
yeah.
on.
I
We've
got
been
shit on at the seaside not too long ago, and I was like,
Everyone's been
well, it's good luck, yeah, it's good luck.
It's
Don't
good
worry
luck.
about
It's
it.
good luck. I'll embrace it. I'll rub it on my face a little bit. You know?
I was at the seaside. Well, I say seaside, it was Australia. But anyway, I bought a McDonald's burger. It's going to tell me off now. McDonald's burger, and I literally was going to bite into it, and this seagull just swooped down, and snatched the whole thing out of my hand.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say, done you a favour and just grab the gherkin.
No, the whole burger. I was
Jesus.
fucking fuming.
They were picking like
The whole burger.
They were picking
Out
dogs
of the
and
hand.
cats up, weren't they? Went to seagulls picking like small dogs and stuff up. It's like I'm sure I saw that in the news, like picking
Straight
some
out your
chihuahuas. Yeah.
What?
Have you actually seen how big some of them birds can get though? They're
know.
massive, aren't they?
It frightened me to death.
Albatross have a few metres wingspan. They're albatross. I don't think we get proper albatross. We get seagulls, don't we?
Seagulls, yeah.
Yeah.
Still big
It
though.
frightened me to death, God.
Especially if they're living on burgers and that, they're going to be massive, aren't they?
If they're living on burgers, yeah.
Work
Why are they
it
going to
out.
be massive?
Because they're eating a lot of
Beef.
food.
Contradicted himself. Funny.
Get that beef.
No. Just
the
eating a lot of
gherkin,
food.
wasn't it?
It's the gherkin, yeah.
It's the gherkin. Yeah,
bread.
man. I like my gherkins. When I was little, I used to pick it out. You know, there's that rap song, didn't he? Eat the gherkin out, take the gherkin out from the inside and all that. It got quite big in the charts a few weeks ago, or a few months ago.
I think you made that up and all, mate, to be honest.
No,
Yeah,
people know
I
what I'm
know.
talking about. Listen to Radio 1, it's in the charts, man. Get with it.
Did you
Time
have
with
it
the
on
kids.
TikTok or something?
Huh?
Did you have it on TikTok or
I thought you
something?
said, why don't you take your top off or something?
Now you're just hearing what you want to hear, mate, really, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Later.
Are
Yeah,
you a fan of TikTok then? Do you
I was during lockdown, yeah.
So was Jono. You and Jono were
Yeah,
both on
we
TikTok.
put loads on, yeah.
Yeah, but did you put them on your Snapchat?
I put some on, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I must have missed them, you know. I seen
During lockdown, I did loads. Like I said, I did one every sort of Wednesday. Well, I did loads every Wednesday. I used to take the bin out as well to something, and then post it Thursday. Right. And then every day I
used to take the bin out to something that was like your TikTok thing.
Yeah, like to a song or something, taking the bin out.
Do you have to actually sing, or is it just miming?
You just mime it, don't you? Like with the voices or whatever. People were messaging me going, "Oh, what's your TikTok for bin day? And when's bin day and stuff?" And it went crackers. It really did. And
really?
like even
you
after,
get so many views. My lad's on it. He's just turned 13, and he's getting like 60,000 views. I'm like, what are you doing, mate? There's nothing really. I'm like, what's going off here?
So he's probably got his grey tracksuit bottoms on. That's what they're all doing now, innit?
I don't know, are they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some of them have got like, you know, like really pushing it and stuff, and then they've got their OnlyFans like hashtagged in the bottom.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with it. Wow. It's dirty, isn't it?
That's,
So you've got quite a loyal fan base and a loyal following that will just follow you to these platforms and just, you know.
Yeah, I think sort of like Facebook is my main sort of site. I've got Instagram, but it's not that big. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think Facebook, people follow me on there. And during lockdown, not deleted, but went through it all and see who we're friends with and stuff. And like a lot of people are like unsubscribed to Facebook. Right. So I lost about 800 friends, believe it or not.
Jesus.
You know, when they've not posted anything for some time, or quite a lot of them have got like 2 or 3 or 4 profiles.
Yeah, where they've like created a new one, new life and stuff.
So I deleted quite a lot of people because I think you only see a certain amount of most stuff they put on, don't you?
Most interacted with, and that the algorithm just tries to show you things that it thinks you want to see, you know, rather than everything or whatever.
So what happened to that then? You're not so big on it now, or you just
what, TikTok?
Yeah, you just.
Yeah, I didn't have time, so I gave it up a bit, and obviously not really had time to dress up and stuff and get it all sorted. But I did look at it last night and thinking, I might do one Monday night. You never know.
So what do you mean dress up? Like like you are now? Yeah.
Do you realise how privileged you are for me to be here?
We are very honoured, very honoured. We really are.
I know, very honoured for you to be here.
Margo's like in semi-retirement for almost 6 months.
Wow.
You know? To be fair, it's been nice to get out.
Speak to some people. So do you think this maybe ignite that flame again? You've dressed up, you've come out, is this going to maybe want you to do more and come out more over the next...
Yeah, definitely, I definitely want to come out more, and obviously when we can, and do a lot more, and get back at Cheekies and get out and do stuff and see people.
I can't wait, and I think so many people can't wait just to go back into Mansfield and see.
I think a few people are still hanging back, aren't they? Yeah. You know, and
it's so scary. Like they said, like back to the whole COVID thing. It's like this mask thing, and I think what's happening is because they know they didn't want a big outbreak because obviously the NHS can't handle it.
Yeah, of course.
And I think with the masks, I think it's just slowing it down. But like kids in my lad's school got it last week.
Yeah.
So many more. So many more cases have got it now, and I think it's that because it's that contagious. This bug. I think the majority of us will get it at some point. And I went to a guy, a customer, and he said his wife had it, and 2 weeks before, and she got tested positive. She had a runny nose for 1 day or 1 or 2 days, and it affects everyone differently, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
Like my lad was like shitting himself going to school because he was so scared. I said, listen, mate, you know what I mean? You'll be absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Just follow the school guidelines. That's all you can do.
Yeah,
but when it comes back to clubbing it, like we all want to hit the town again. We all want to be there close. We all want to bump into people. We all want to be rubbing shoulders
and
clubbing
people.
Everyone wants to be tweaking your bum. You know what I mean? But like, hold on a minute, it's sterilised. You know what I mean?
I was watching a few videos on YouTube just of general club, not like Mansfield, but just like raves and stuff like that, and looking at like the crowds and just thinking that feels like such a long way away from where we are right now. Like I'd love to go to a drum and bass event or something. I'm missing going to raves. I love doing stuff like that, but it feels like I've no idea when that's going to be a thing again. And it feels like the last time that we did that was just a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it seems like your memories come up on Facebook sometimes. Yeah, I check my memories like every day and things that's happened like 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago or whatever. And
it's kind of sad, isn't it? It makes me a bit sad.
Yeah,
it makes me.
It's upsetting,
especially now when looking back at you're in big crowds of people or whatever, and then now you've got to sit in little pens and whatever. And it's just. I mean,
but it's learning to adapt again, isn't it?
Of course, yeah.
You know, we're lucky that we can go out. We're not on lockdown. You can get into a bar. You can sit down. You can meet your friends.
So you don't think we're going to have a second proper lockdown? Then this is the question.
No, I don't think so. I don't think not in this area.
I don't think we can afford it. I really don't.
No.
It'd be devastating.
Not a full lockdown. I mean, some places have got little lockdowns, but
you know what I downloaded today? I got home and had an actual text message from the NHS.
Yeah, I got that yesterday.
It's a download. It's not track and trace.
The COVID app.
Yeah.
They call it not track and trace.
Yeah.
I've actually got the message though today, and I downloaded it, and I was like, "What's going on? Is this sort of like when you know people are in your area, it's going wow, wow, wow?"
Yeah,
like
I turned that bit off. That freaked me out a bit. For one, because
I was waiting for it for ages. I didn't realise it's just saying you are active. I'm staring at it thinking,
I'm happy to check into places. I'm cool with that. You know, I don't mind complying in that sense, but I don't want my phone to be a beacon and bouncing Bluetooth and. No, I don't want that.
it says you are active now.
No, I don't want it. So I've turned that off. I'm sorry. I'm not having that.
Well, I've had it on. And
I've
had it on and we're all safe.
Tracking and tracing.
Exactly. I'm fine doing that. I've no issue doing that because ultimately that's what it's for. I just don't think, I don't know, the proximity. I don't want people knowing where I am. I don't check into places. That's not something that I do. And I think, you know, there's the other side of it as well. I was talking to a friend of mine and now every business has got to have one of these barcodes on the door.
Yeah, the QR scanner.
QR codes, which again, fair enough. But think about all those businesses that are, and whether it's right or wrong, and I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, I'm not having necessarily, this is my opinion, there's a lot of businesses out there that are operating cash. So it's like, you know, maybe a hairdresser, one of them's a card payment, next one's cash, next few are cash, so it's one for me, one for the taxman, one for, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of businesses that maybe do that. Again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but now with this track and trace thing, the government know exactly how many people have been through every single business's doors every single day.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people saying that
if they are using the QR reader.
Yeah, if they're using it, and you're not forced to use it, you don't have to force people to.
Like I said before, I think this all comes down to they know the majority of people are going to get it, and they're just trying to slow it down because they need to cope. They need to cope.
I think we need to all get it. I'm not
because like this 90-year-old man I heard on Radio 2 6 months ago. He said, "Back in my day, they used to just call it the bug, and people used to die." And that's all he said, and I was like, you know what, he's right. But now we know what it is, and we're trying to control it, we're trying to slow it. But back in like his day, they used to just get a bug and wipe out a lot of people. I've had a lot of people saying to me,
I'm sure it didn't wipe out as many people as it's wiped out now.
Well, possibly not. My concern
it's getting
with
worse.
this,
The bugs are getting worse.
My concern is that obviously we have flu vaccines and things like that, and it doesn't get rid of flu. We still have flu. So I'm just concerned that personally, I think we're doing a lot of things as a country or as a world or whatever that it's not going anywhere. It's always going to be here. It's always going to be around. We're never going to eradicate COVID. If it's a real thing, it's just not going to go.
You can't say that at the moment, though.
Well, no, but we haven't got rid of the flu, and it's kind of a similar kind of thing, along the same kind of lines.
But they had a pandemic like decades ago, like, I don't know, 1950, 40, whatever it was, and I think it like disappeared then, didn't it? So
it's obviously things like that die down, but they never truly go, because it's kind of like, unless you got every single human to sit in their house and not move, lock the door, board them up, and not let anybody go out for weeks and weeks and weeks, is the only way you could stop all that from spreading. It is though.
I'm just sat here like, all right.
It is though. So my concern is that I think that the world, I think we're doing a lot of things that are kind of like, I don't know, like a vaccine's not going to cure the disease. It's going to help people not die from it. I know that kind of sounds like the same thing, but it's not.
It's going to prevent it, like the flu jab.
Prevention is better than a cure, isn't
exactly,
it? So that's what they're going to try and do.
So I think, and I don't know, I think that we need to just kind of try and, because there are a lot of businesses that are still being affected now, like a lot of businesses like yours, you can't have full capacity, you can't have this, you can't have that, and financially running a business, not being able to fill your doors, it, you know, could shut people down, could cause businesses to shut forever, you know, ruining lives and whatever. And I just think that, I don't know. I'm just concerned that maybe they've gone a little bit too far in some aspects with all that. I really do. When it's,
but like you say,
they're just doing what they think is right at the moment.
Yeah, we're entitled to our views and our opinions, but at the end of the day, they are the ones we have to.
We have to follow the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm happy to comply. Like
and
I
I just hope I can go for a Sunday dinner this Sunday at the junction and get some.
I bought your table.
And get me sent a lot of that cheesy broccoli. What is it?
Cauliflower cheese. Cheesy broccoli.
I'm just thinking cheesy. What?
Yeah, but don't bring Ollie.
No.
You can have some cauliflower.
I could have some maybe broccoli and some carrots.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'll have the cauliflower cheese. You have the cauliflower.
All jokes aside, though, do you actually have vegan options there?
Yeah, we've got some. Yeah, we do a lovely 5-bean chili con carne with rice.
Okay.
Nice. I like that.
Sounds good. Book a table for two.
So you could have that.
Table for two.
That's all there is.
They were going after Cheekies. I wish.
On a Sunday.
You used to love the Sunday night, didn't you?
I do, yeah. I love Sunday nights. I live for it. It's just...
What have you been doing last 6 months on a Sunday night?
God, I don't know. It's been so hard.
You've been sitting there like that,
During
looking through your
lockdown-
memories on
During lockdown,
Facebook.
it was easy, but like...
Sundays didn't exist during lockdown.
Yeah,
did they?
it was
just
every day was a Sunday,
every day
wasn't
was a
it?
Sunday, yeah.
But sort of like when I started back at work, I finished work on a Sunday and I was a bit lost. Because normally I'd go home, get ready, have a bevy and get ready and stuff.
Have a bevy? See, someone else calls it a bevy. And we've just found out, haven't we, when you sent me your address to pick you up, it's across the road from my house.
Yeah,
it's across the road from my house, mate.
Wow.
I was like, wow, I live over there. How long you been there? 3.5 years. How long you been there? Nearly 2 years. And I had all them lonely nights. You had all them lonely nights.
Party at George's.
If I could turn back.
Oh God, he's starting to sing. You're
I know,
definitely
I've had a
not
bottle
having.
of-
You're definitely not having another one.
Can you
mate.
tell
One bottle of Corona and he's anybody's.
One bottle of Corona, that's it. I'm done. Anybody's. I need a coffee.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
You're
Is there
terrible.
anything you want to add then to the podcast?
I'm boring you now.
No, I'm just saying. I don't even know how long we've been going. I think we just.
No, I don't.
What time did we start?
I don't know. It must have been 7:30.
7, 8, 2 and a bit hours then.
No.
No, about coming up 2 hours.
No
gotta
way,
be.
it's not been that long, surely.
It's gotta
No.
We're doing an hour on vegan.
It must have been. It's definitely an hour and a half. Easy. I know. Yeah.
No, we'll do another full hour on vegan another time.
No, we will not.
Oh God.
We're done with that.
Veganism.
But no, yeah, it's. I don't know. Is nothing.
No, I think that's good. I think it's been interesting, that is. So yeah, thank you very much
So
for
we need to
coming in.
we need to talk to who's the MP? Ben
Bradley.
Yeah, about your statue.
I would just like to add, though, I'd just like to say thank you to Mansfield.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think that they've been overwhelmingly accepting in me as Margo.
Yes.
And sort of that, the gay community.
Yeah.
And I think that over the years that I feel that people have maybe looked up to me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I've tried to sort of acknowledge everyone that's messaged me on Facebook and
Reply back and
be supportive in people's problems and
Do you get a lot of people that are sort of trying to come out or whatever that maybe contact you for some advice and stuff?
Yeah, over the
Awesome.
years. I mean, I'm talking like over the years.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So there has been people. So yeah, it's been nice that Mansfield has been supportive, and I can honestly say, hand on heart, that over the years it's not been bad. It's been great. And there's the nasty times outnumber the good times.
outweigh sort of.
Yeah, definitely. So
Wow.
it's been great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, Mansfield thanks you as well, because I'm sure you've
definitely.
lightened many people's evenings and you put many smiles on many faces and helped many
I'd
people
like to
by the
think
sounds
so,
of
yeah.
it. So
And if
100%.
anyone has got any photos from like yesteryear,
definitely.
please tag me on Facebook.
Yeah,
get 'em uploaded
you
on
get all these
Facebook.
tags coming through now.
That's
Remember
it.
this,
Yeah.
Margo? Like I tagged
Yeah.
you in that one the other day, didn't I? Remember this said 10, 11 years ago?
Yeah,
Me and you
10.
stood on, I was
But
on the
to be fair,
doors.
that was one of my like favourite photos, and it is actually on my profile pictures. Like you accumulate them, don't you?
Yeah,
On
yeah.
Facebook?
With me on it?
No, I cut you off.
You fucking did and all,
I
didn't
did
you?
and all,
You
yeah.
just bitch.
Blared you, didn't you?
You bitch. Right, we're done for that tonight, folks. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
But no,
But
it's
you
been fun.
think you look good on that. You did. You look
It's
great.
a long time ago when the dresses were shorter.
Yeah. All that. But no, yeah, thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
for
on.
coming in.
That
Thank
was-
you for having
and
me.
you know what? We've definitely got to get you and Jono on together. We've got another mic there. Like
Oh
I
my
told him.
God, imagine.
And we'll just...
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll think of something to make it a little bit extra special as well.
Jono was a little bit more costly with the brandy, but I'm sure I can get a cheap one. And
Get yourself to Aldi, you'll be fine. You know
do you reckon?
No.
I'll just peel all the labels
Yeah,
off.
nice Cavazier bottle, he'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, he's that'll be absolutely brilliant, though, mate. Yeah, so thanks again,
Yeah,
and
thank you. And we hope to see Margo in town or out and about a bit more.
Definitely.
Yeah,
now that
definitely, I hope
lockdown's
so.
starting to ease and stuff, lockdown's starting to ease, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope
Make
so
more of an
too,
appearance.
definitely.
100%, guys. Yeah,
Awesome.
Need to get back out there.
Definitely.
nice one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Stay
Thank you.
fresh. Stay fresh,
Bye.
Margo. Stay fresh. Do this.
Stay fresh, stay fresh. That just really doesn't suit me, does it?
Peace out. Thank you very much, guys. Like, subscribe, comment below. Peace out.
All of that
If you've got any
stuff.
vegan recipes, let us know.
Oi, now. Enough with the veganism. Banter. Peace.
Cheers, guys.
Awesome.